two ships that I was telling you about. I went out to
Collect the ship.
collect Starship.
Starship.
Yeah. So they, they did a practice maneuver to come and sandwich Starship in between them.
Yeah.
And then they went up in front of it and started waiting for it to float up near them so that they can go ahead and grab it. So who knows? Maybe they already have it by now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the next thing. And there were a couple of other interesting things too that happened. There's a company out there that announced that they have a brand new camera. And this camera does not only record in the visual spectrum, or the spectrum that we see with our eyes,
3D.
It records the entire electromagnetic spectrum.
Oh, wow.
But now, what does that mean? It means then that it's not only recording the light that bounces off the surface of an object, it records the light that goes into the object and comes back out.
Ooh.
So they can see behind walls, they can take pictures of what's inside of machinery. They said they want to usher in a whole new era where humans aren't just limited to the visual spectrum, but we can see everything. They even had a picture of the camera looking and seeing a gun inside somebody's purse. Or they can look behind the walls and see where the pipes are at. And so they have two versions of it. They have a big version that looks like an iPad that workers will have, so that as they walk around in a factory or inside of a construction site,
X-ray vision.
There you go. You can see behind walls and what's underneath the surface of an object. So I just thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, yes, it is.
And what that means then is pretty soon we're going to have AIs that are trained on all that extra information that we don't normally get. So it'll be exciting times. We've got a brand new way of looking at things.
God, so many things to look forward to.
Oh my God. It is just mind-boggling. And there was a new company that was formed recently called Insilico Medicine. That one is a company that's dedicated to extending human life. And so they're working right now in China to create this enormous park that's dedicated to longevity, where they'll have all these skyscrapers and they'll have all of these living areas. So when you live in that park, they'll be measuring you and tracking how their longevity medicines affect your health. So it's like a way of them collecting massive amounts of data that they can feed into their AI models, so they can learn how to make people live longer. So I just thought that was pretty cool, that they're like, we're going to solve this problem. We need data.
Yeah.
So we'll have an entire community of thousands and thousands of people to get data from. And they'll also have robotics and AI generation, where AI creation. So that's just dedicated to that. So that was pretty cool. Then there was another paper that I read that was about where they went and they totaled up all the discoveries that have been made so far about humans' longevity. And they said if they were to implement all the discoveries, I think there's several thousand different mechanisms that affect how long you live. And they said if they believe that if they could affect all of those different systems at once, they could extend human lifespan to 156.
Wow.
Oh, I was blown away. I was like, really?
I can see why.
You know, because they've learned a lot. Um, they have learned a tremendous amount. You know, I was telling you about that one discovery where the lab says we can roll back the aging of a person's skin from 72 back to 30. And then one of the doctors that read the medical paper says, well, no, that's not what they actually did in the lab. That's a promise because skincare is like a $2 trillion market. It says the actual experiment that they did was they took heart tissue from a 72-year-old and they applied this particular enzyme to it. And that enzyme, in a matter of a week, removed 70% of the plaque that was on the heart. In 2 weeks, 90% of all the plaque that was in that arterial tissue was gone. Which is way better. That means that they can clean out all the plaque that's there. They're not talking about just slowing down the hardening of the arteries. They're talking about reverse it, roll it right back to before you collected any plaque in the heart. So yeah, it was an enzyme that they created using an AI. They give the AI the substance or that the plaque is made of in the body. And so what they found is that substance, the body has no way of dealing with it. There's no way to break it down. There's no system to handle it. But the AI created an enzyme that will break down just that particular system or particular substance and clear it out of your body. So now they have the enzyme. It's just a matter of testing it in humans, living humans, and making sure it's safe, that it doesn't have side effects and stuff like that. So yeah, it's gonna be big. All this stuff that they've found out just within the past year, you know, if they were to put that together, my goodness. So we'll see. So that was really good. Really, really good. The other thing that I saw today was SpaceX published an image of Starship that they took from the satellites that they sent off in the last Starship Flight 13. And so you could see the Starship, see it turning, and them checking out all of the tiles on the ship.
The actual vision of the Starship coming down.
No, not down, while it was coasting.
That was,
So the ship went up, it was launched. It separated from the booster, and then it started going out over towards the Indian Ocean. And while it was doing that, they opened up the bay. They let out all of the version 3 satellites. They let out 20 of them. And of the 20, 6 of them had cameras and flashlights on them. So
those went to work.
They went to work and they illuminated the whole ship and then spun the ship so they could see all sides of it. And they took all of the footage that they got, and that footage was what they used to create a composite picture of what the outside of the ship looked like. It was pretty good, you know? So I enjoyed that, you know? I enjoyed that. Pretty impressive that they could do that just to begin with, you know? The other, another thing that I saw was an interview with the NASA administrator talking about getting back to the moon.
Yeah.
And he was saying that he believes that China is going to land people on the moon in 2030.
I see.
He says they are going to do what they said they will do.
Uh-huh.
And he says that he can see it because of all the changes that have been made.
Mm-hmm.
He says previously they had all of these commercial space companies.
Yeah.
Well, they folded them back into the military.
Yes.
And they are pooling all their resources.
United Front.
There you go. And he says they have the second mover advantage. And he says the second mover advantage is they have seen how it can be done. They don't have any baggage. He says over here in the United States, we have years of bureaucracy. We have lots of different labs, all with competing priorities. He says over there, they have one goal and everybody is focusing in on it. And he says, and they've seen how it was done before.
Oh.
They looked at us. So he believes that they're actually going to do it. But he says our advantage is that we have a lot of resources. And so that's, we just need to focus it all on one point.
You gotta pour all of them in one.
Everybody has to pull
one single goal. Yeah.
Exactly. Just one single goal. That's it. And if you can do that, then we'll make it by 2028, which is what, 2 years from now?
Yeah.
2 years from now. That's not a long time, man.
Oh. Huh.
2 years is not a long time. That's what, tomorrow, pretty much, when it came spaceflight.
So you can see why they have to go fast.
Mm-hmm.
Why we need to see changes every day.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. We'll see what they do next. You know.
Oh.
And jumping back to AI, the other piece of news that I found out, Anthropic, the company that makes the Claude AI, they put up an announcement that they went back through all of their logs of everything that their AIs have been doing, and they found 3 cases where their AIs broke out, went on the internet, and broke into other companies.
Hey, I went rogue.
They went rogue, man.
Oh.
So not only ChatGPT has done it, Claude has done it too.
Oh, yeah.
And they found out why. And it's a very innocent reason. They told the AIs that there was no internet connected to them. When the AI went out and searched, it found the internet. And so it believed, oh, this must be fake. They're testing us.
Yeah.
So we're going to just go out and, see what we can do.
That's right.
And so they have to change their testing procedures. And they can't tell it there's no internet because it will find it.
Yeah.
So
you can't lie to it.
Exactly. You cannot lie to it and then expect great results. Yeah. And so Elon Musk commented on that, and he says he believes that that's going to happen more and more as AIs get smarter and more agentic. When they say agentic, it means that they have a will and a desire to do things.
Yeah.
And a capacity to do so. So we're gonna see more of that. You can't hold them back.
They're going to have their own agenda. Yeah?
Own agenda. Well, we've seen it already, right?
Yes, that's right.
We've seen it with ChatGPT. It wanted to beat that test so bad that it went out, broke into where the test was held, and tried to steal the answers.
Yeah, that's right.
To steal the answers,
That's
Dad.
exactly what the humans do.
That's what a corrupt human will do. He doesn't have a lot of morals, right?
He gotta get fat because
I said I would tell you about this garage inventor. He's a scientist, but he's working on his own to replicate the stories that he's heard about UFO-based propulsion. And so he is using a set of spinning magnets to create two magnetic fields that are rotating the opposite of each other. There's an inner one and an outer one, and the inner field has to be stronger than the outer, and when that happens, it will push up anything that's inside, that's on top of it. And so he showed one of his experiments of where he was able to generate these magnetic fields and make them visible with certain equipment that he has. And he says he has others that he's going to show later on. And but the interesting thing about it is that when he looks at the magnetic patterns that these magnets generate, they matches the patterns of some crop circles that you see out here on the earth. Yeah. He showed there's this one counter-rotating electromagnetic field that is exactly like the one that has the leaves pointing out, like they're like petals that interlock with each other. It's the exact same shape. And he's like, maybe they're giving us a clue. But what I like about it is that he's actually trying, to replicate what these whistleblowers have said about the alien spacecraft, and he's just not dismissing it out of hand, but he's actually putting the pieces together just like they described, and he's getting some of the effects that they described. So yeah, it is possible. So I think it's only a matter of time, after enough people have tried this and seen that it works, that it's going to get outside of somebody's garage. So that's the thing. I think that's the reason why so many breakthroughs come from garages. Is because when you're in your garage, you don't answer to anybody but yourself. You don't have to prove to your boss that this is a good idea. You don't have to ask permission.
You see ideas unfold, and then you follow them, and you keep going, getting different results, and you know well they're working.
Yeah, that's your only thing that you need to worry about is, does the idea work? You don't have to worry about your reputation. You don't have to worry about if you're going to lose your tenure as a professor if they don't like the experiment that you're working on.
You're going to fit in a certain mold.
Exactly. You don't have to uphold the science that we believe in right now. All you have to do is check, does the idea work? That's your only thing you have to consider. And I guess that's why so many great things have come out of garages. Oh yeah, so we'll see what happens next. I think what I'll do is I'll follow him just to see if he shows some of his other experiments that he's done, and the results of them. So that's one of the things that I've been thinking about that I would love to play with one day, is magnetism. So one of these days I may actually sit down and do it. Use the space in my garage. Oh yeah, so that would be good. That would be good. Yeah. So Starship, um, we have a gigabit that's being made in Starbase, Texas, near Boca Chica, formerly Boca Chica, and that one is coming along. But they're also building another one in Florida, Cape Canaveral,
Yeah.
and it's the same size, and you can hold 24 starships in it at a time. Yes. So they'll have 24 in Starbase, Texas, and 24 over in Florida at Cape Kennedy. But apparently, the one in Cape Kennedy is going faster than the one in Texas. So I don't know what that means. Maybe that means that they'll start producing starships there pretty soon. But either way, there's going to be a whole lot of starships. I mean, enormous numbers of them. And so now you'll have two means of production, you know?
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with that one.